Thanks for checking out my micro drawings channel. Today I'm drawing a T-Rex suggested by a viewer, and I'm starting off showing you my setup here. There's the camera holder, my OttLite, scratch paper. There's a bunch of Copic sketch markers I'm planning to use. I'm testing them out there, and those to the right I'm probably not going to use, but I'll use those on the left. That was also a colorless blender. So to get started with the T-Rex here, I start most of the time with the facial features or the face of whatever it is I'm drawing, whether it's a cartoon character or a superhero or an animal. So that's what I'm getting started on here. That's the part that if you goof it up, it's more than likely going to affect the viewer. So starting with what I'm seeing as the line there around the top of his head and adding in his eyes. And I think it's the ear, where they're here from at least. I'm not a dinosaur expert, but I'm starting with the Copic Multiliner 0.03, and you'll see me draw through here, and then I'll move on to the sketch markers. And this is a more realistic type drawing, so I'm really trying to get a lot of the blending together with the colors. And you'll see that over the course of this drawing. I'll use the colorless blender to get some of the colors blended together to make more of a smoother transition, unlike a comic strip character where it's, just a solid color. The skin color is just cotton pearl. In this case, it's a multiple amount of sketch markers. I think I probably ended up using about 10 to 12 different ones on his body. So again, I'm drawing the lines there. There was his back, and then around his chest, and down to his belly, and there I'm adding on his little arms and just kind of lining those up, the two of those, and there we go, working on that. And there's all sorts of little wrinkles and details, so it's tough with a small drawing to get all of those details in. In the case of this, I used this Copic Multiliner, and I also end up using a Prismacolor Premier. It's a 005 for them, and that's a little brown one. You'll see it later on, but it's a fine tip that lets me get some additional details in there. So I'll let you watch here for a while. Again, thanks for visiting the channel, and please subscribe and share if you haven't. Thanks for hanging in there. I probably should have time-lapsed this up even faster, but wanted to let you see the various points here. In this case, I'm going to show each of the caps of the Copic sketch markers that I use, just in case you want to do the same drawing, even on a larger scale. But it also lets you see, how many different colors are actually going into this. And right now, I'm just kind of blocking in some colors. I'm keeping in mind that the light is coming from the upper right. So the lighter, colors are going to go on that part that's on the top and on the right side of him. On the left will be some of the darker colors. So some of the dark browns and darker grays. So these warm grays, they give a lighter color, and they're working on that side that the light's coming from. So again, I'll be quiet and let you watch here while I'm coloring this in, and I'll bring that colorless blender in, and that's what you'll see when they kind of start smudging the colors together. Coming up here is the colorless blender. There you can see it for a split second. But now I'm blending those colors together. These are alcohol-based markers. They don't do a lot of smudging or bleeding, but with using them on top of each other or using this colorless blender, you can blend those colors together. So that's what I'm up to right now. I wanted to add some additional detail, so that's why I'm bringing in this Prismacolor Premier 005. There you can see it's a brown, fine tip, about the same as that Copic multi-liner, but it's just letting me add some additional little details, markings, checking in the wrinkled skin, and I'll blend back over this, but gives another color variation that I can add. All right, so about finished, just adding a couple of those little dark spots, blending that a little bit more together. Then I'll just put on today's date, June 13th, 2021. And you can see compared to the quarter, there it is. Thanks again. Have a great day.